Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're taking a deep dive into something I know a lot of you are curious about. Multi-channel selling with Shopify.
Yeah, it seems to be all the buzz these days.
It really does. So to help us unpack this, we're going to be looking at a recent blogwidow.com article titled Sell on Multiple Channels with Shopify.
Great article.
Yeah, it is. And I think it's going to give us some really interesting insights into how to expand our reach as sellers and, boost our sales.
Absolutely.
So right off the bat, this article keeps mentioning the power of multi-channel selling.
hmm
What exactly does that mean? Can you break it down for us?
Sure. So, at its core, multi-channel selling is all about reaching more customers by offering your products on multiple platforms.
So not just sticking to my own website.
Right. You could be on marketplaces like Amazon, eBay, social media platforms like Instagram and TikTok.
Oh, wow. So even like in person at a physical store?
Exactly. Think pop-up shops, farmers markets, you name it.
So instead of putting all my eggs in one basket, I'm casting a wider net to catch more customers.
Yeah. Precisely. You're tapping into new customer bases that you might not have reached otherwise.
I like the sound of that. But wouldn't managing all those different platforms be a total nightmare?
That's a common concern, and it would be a nightmare if you weren't using a tool like Shopify.
Okay, so how does Shopify make it easier?
One of Shopify's biggest strengths is its centralized dashboard. Instead of logging in and out of different platforms, you can manage everything from one place.
Wow, so all my products, my inventory, my orders, all in one spot.
Exactly. No more jumping between tabs, no more trying to keep everything straight in your head. It's all right there in your Shopify dashboard.
That sounds like a serious time saver.
Yeah.
But tell me more about this centralized inventory management thing.
Right. That's a game changer.
The article made it sound pretty important, especially for someone like me who's, trying to scale their business quickly.
Absolutely. Let's say you have 100 units of a popular product. You've got it listed on your Shopify store, on Amazon, and on Facebook.
Okay, I'm falling.
Now, imagine a customer buys one unit from your Shopify site.
Okay.
With Shopify, your inventory count automatically updates across all platforms in real time.
Wait, so I don't have to go in and manually update Amazon and Facebook every time I make a sale?
Nope, Shopify does it for you. Prevents overselling, keeps your stock levels accurate across the board.
That's incredible, especially during busy periods like Black Friday or the holidays.
Exactly. No more accidentally selling something you don't have and disappointing customers.
Oh, that's a relief.
And this real-time syncing also helps you spot sales trends, see what's selling well on each platform.
Oh, that's smart. So I can make better decisions about restocking and even, maybe what new products to develop.
Exactly. It's all about having that data at your fingertips.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. What about social media? It seems like everyone's selling directly through Instagram and TikTok these days.
Oh, yeah, social commerce is huge right now, and Shopify has got you covered there too.
So it's more than just posting pretty pictures and hoping for likes.
Oh, absolutely. It's about turning your followers into customers, meeting them where they already are.
So I can actually sell products directly through my Instagram and TikTok posts.
You got it. Shopify integrates seamlessly with those platforms, so you can tag products, add shoppable links, the whole 9 yards.
So for example, if I'm a fashion brand and I post a picture of a cool outfit,
Yep,
people can just click on the image and buy the clothes right there in the app.
exactly. No need to redirect them to your website or anything.
Wow, I can see how that would be so effective, especially for reaching a younger audience.
Absolutely. It's all about making the shopping experience as easy and seamless as possible.
Makes sense. And speaking of reaching a wider audience, the article also talks about expanding to online marketplaces like Amazon and eBay.
Right. Marketplaces offer huge potential for growth, but managing them separately from your Shopify store can be a real headache.
Yeah, I can imagine. So how does Shopify help with that?
Well, Shopify integrates directly with both Amazon and eBay.
So I wouldn't have to, log in and out of a bunch of different dashboards.
Nope. You can manage everything from your Shopify dashboard, list products, track inventory, fulfill orders, all in one place.
So, for example, if I make a sale on Amazon,
Yeah,
it'll automatically be reflected in my Shopify inventory.
exactly. It's all synced up.
I love that.
Yeah.
That makes me feel a lot less stressed about, things getting messed up.
And that's the beauty of Shopify. It takes care of all the complicated stuff behind the scenes so you can focus on what you do best, selling your products.
So it sounds like using Shopify for multi-channel selling is pretty much a win-win, right?
Well, like with anything, there are potential downsides to consider.
Okay, like what?
Well, one thing to think about is the reliance on a single platform. If Shopify experiences technical issues or outages, it could disrupt your entire operation.
Oh, that's a good point. So it's like putting all your eggs in one basket, but it's a very well-organized and efficient basket.
Exactly. It's all about weighing the benefits of streamlined management and increased reach against the potential risks.
Right. And are there any other potential downsides I should be aware of?
Well, another thing to consider is the fees associated with each platform.
Oh, right. Each marketplace and social media platform probably has its own set of fees and regulations.
Precisely. You'll want to do your research and make sure the fees align with your profit margins.
Makes sense. So there's a lot to consider in terms of platform fees and potential risks. It's not as simple as just flipping a switch and suddenly selling everywhere, right?
Right. It does require some careful planning and consideration.
Okay, so what else should I be thinking about when it comes to expanding to these online marketplaces?
Well, one important thing to remember is that each marketplace has its own unique audience and culture. Like Amazon, for example, is known for its vast selection and competitive pricing, while Etsy is more focused on handmade and vintage goods.
Oh, I see. So I need to make sure my products and branding are a good fit for the overall vibe of the platform.
Exactly. You want to make sure you're reaching the right customers for your products. Another important factor is customer service. Each marketplace has its own policies and expectations regarding customer inquiries, returns, shipping, all that good stuff.
Oh, right. So even though I'm using Shopify to manage everything from one central location, I still need to be prepared to handle customer service inquiries across multiple channels.
That's right. It's important to have a solid customer service strategy in place when you're selling across multiple channels.
That sounds like a lot to juggle. But I guess Shopify can help streamline that process too, right?
Absolutely. There are lots of apps and integrations that can help you manage customer inquiries, track orders, automate responses, things like that.
That's good to know. It seems like while multi-channel selling definitely presents some challenges, Shopify is designed to make it as manageable as possible.
It really is. Shopify has really thought of everything.
So we've talked about online sales through our own Shopify store, social media, and marketplaces like Amazon and eBay. But what about those of us who also have a physical storefront?
Ah, great question. And that's where Shopify POS comes in, their point of sale system.
POS, okay.
Yeah, it's for seamless in-person transactions. Whether you have a brick and mortar store, a pop-up shop, even if you're just selling at a farmer's market, Shopify POS has got you covered.
So picture this. I'm at a craft fair
Yeah.
selling my handmade goods, and I'm effortlessly processing sales with, like, my iPad.
Exactly.
And the inventory is still magically synced with my online store,
You
right?
got it. No more manual inventory tracking, no more discrepancies between your online and offline sales. It's all connected.
That's incredible. So it's not just about convenience, it's about creating a unified brand experience for my customers, right?
Exactly. No matter where they choose to shop online, in store, at a pop-up, they're getting the same great experience.
So let's say a customer browses my products online, adds a few things to their cart but doesn't buy.
Okay.
Then a week later, they come into my physical store and I can pull up their online shopping cart and be like, hey, I see you were looking at this online. Would you like to try it on?
Exactly. It's all about creating that personalized experience. And remember all that customer data we talked about earlier? Shopify POS captures that too.
Oh, wow. So I'm building a comprehensive profile for each customer, no matter where they interact with my brand.
Precisely. You can use that data for targeted marketing, personalized recommendations, loyalty programs. The possibilities are endless.
This is blowing my mind. It's like having a superpower. But with great power comes great responsibility, right? What about the ethical considerations of collecting and using all this customer data?
That's a crucial point. You need to be transparent and respectful of customer privacy.
Okay, so what does that look like in practice?
Well, for starters, you need to have a clear and concise privacy policy outlining how you collect, store, and use customer data.
So people know exactly what they're signing up for.
Exactly. And always get explicit consent before collecting any personal information. Give customers the option to opt out of data collection or marketing communications.
Right, because it's not just about complying with regulations, it's about building trust with my customers.
Absolutely. When customers trust you with their data, they're more likely to become loyal, repeat customers.
That makes a lot of sense. So we've covered integrating social media, online marketplaces, even unifying our online and offline sales with Shopify POS. It seems like Shopify has really thought of everything.
They really have. It's a powerful platform.
Okay, so is there anything we've missed? Anything else I should be thinking about before I jump headfirst into the world of multi-channel selling?
Well, we've covered the core concepts. It's really about taking the time to carefully consider your target audience, your products, and your overall business goals.
So it's about being strategic and intentional rather than just trying to be everywhere at once.
Exactly. Don't feel like you need to be on every single platform right away. Start with one or two that align with your target audience and your products, and then you can gradually expand as you gain experience and confidence.
That's really helpful advice. So to recap, if I'm looking to expand my reach, streamline my operations, and really get to know my customers better, multi-channel selling with Shopify seems like the way to go.
Without a doubt, it's a game changer for businesses of all sizes.
Okay, I'm definitely feeling inspired to explore this further. Thanks for breaking it all down for us.
My pleasure.
Okay, so I need to make sure my products and my branding are a good fit for the platform, right?
Oh,
I wouldn't try to sell like, handmade jewelry on Amazon or electronics on Etsy.
exactly. You want to make sure you're in the right marketplace for your product, for your audience.
Right, right. And you mentioned customer service.
Yeah.
How do I mean, even though I'm using Shopify to manage everything, I still need to be prepared to handle customer service inquiries, across all these different channels.
Right. So you've got to have a good strategy.
That sounds like a lot.
It can be, but Shopify can help streamline it.
Okay, good.
There are a lot of apps and integrations that can help you manage those inquiries, track orders, even automate some responses so you're not.
Oh, so I don't have to be like glued to my computer 24/7 answering every single question that comes in.
That's the idea. Yeah.
That's good to know.
It's all about working smarter, not harder, right?
Right, right. So it seems like multi-channel selling has its challenges, but Shopify really tries to make it as easy as possible.
Definitely. It's all about simplifying the process.
Okay, so we've talked about online sales through our own Shopify store, social media, marketplaces like Amazon and eBay. But what about those of us who also have a physical store,
That's where Shopify POS comes in.
POS?
Yeah, point of sale. It's their system for in-person transactions.
Gotcha.
So whether you have an actual brick and mortar store or you're doing pop-up shop, maybe you're at a farmer's market,
Okay.
Shopify POS can handle all of that.
So I can be at a craft fair selling my handmade goods, and I can just process sales right there on my iPad.
Exactly.
And it's still going to sync with my online inventory, right?
You got it. All connected, all seamless.
That's so cool. And it's not just about convenience, right? It's about giving my customers a consistent brand experience, whether they're shopping online or in person.
Exactly. You want to make sure the experience is the same across all your channels. No matter where they buy from you, they're getting that same great brand experience.
So let's say a customer is browsing my products online.
Hmm.
They add some stuff to their cart, but they don't actually buy anything.
Okay.
And then a week later, they walk into my store.
Yeah.
And I can pull up their online shopping cart and be like, hey, I saw you were looking at this online. Do you want to try it on?
Exactly. It's all about that personalization, that connection. And remember, all that customer data we talked about, Shopify POS captures that too, so you're building a complete picture of your customer.
Oh, wow. So no matter where they interact with my brand, whether it's online, in-store, at a pop-up, I'm gathering information about their preferences, their purchase history.
Precisely. And you can use that information to tailor your marketing, send them personalized recommendations, maybe offer them loyalty rewards.
This is amazing. It's
Yeah.
it's like having a superpower.
It is pretty powerful, yeah.
But with great power comes great responsibility, right?
Always.
What about the ethical side of things? Collecting all this customer data, what do I need to keep in mind?
Transparency is key. You need to be upfront with your customers about how you're using their data.
Okay, so how do I do that?
Well, first of all, you need a clear privacy policy that explains everything in plain English.
Right.
No legal jargon.
Right.
Just straightforward language that people can actually understand.
Those people know what they're signing up for.
Exactly. And you always want to get their consent before collecting any personal information.
Got it. So it's not just about following the rules, it's about building trust.
That's right. When your customers trust you, they're more likely to stick around.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've talked about social media, online marketplaces, even unifying our online and offline sales with Shopify POS. It seems like Shopify has really thought of everything.
They really have. It's a comprehensive platform.
So is there anything we've missed? Anything else I should be thinking about before I dive headfirst into the world of multi-channel selling?
Well, we've covered the core concepts. It's really about taking the time to consider your target audience, your products, your overall business goals. Make sure multi-channel selling aligns with those.
So it's about being strategic and intentional, not just trying to be everywhere at once.
Precisely. You don't have to be on every platform right away. Start with one or two that make sense for your business and go from there.
That's really helpful advice. Thanks. So to recap, if I'm looking to expand my reach, streamline my operations, and really get to know my customers better, multi-channel selling with Shopify seems like the way to go.
Absolutely. It's a game changer for businesses of all sizes.
Okay, I'm sold. Thanks for all the insights.
You're very welcome.
Wow, this has been really eye-opening.
It is amazing how much Shopify has, revolutionized e-commerce.
It really is. And as we wrap up this deep dive into multi-channel selling with Shopify, what's one thing that's really stood out to you during this conversation?
You know what gets me? It's how Shopify has made these really sophisticated e-commerce tools accessible to everyone.
Mm-hmm.
It used to be that only the big companies had access to this kind of technology, but now, even a solo entrepreneur can manage a really complex multi-channel operation from their laptop.
It's like democratizing e-commerce in a way.
Exactly. It's really leveling the playing field.
I love that. And, I always like to leave our listeners with something to think about, a little nugget of wisdom to take away from our deep dive.
Sure.
So what would you say is the most important thing for our listener to remember as they, explore these concepts further?
That's a good question. I think the most important thing is to remember that multi-channel selling isn't, a one-size-fits-all solution.
Okay.
It's about finding the right mix of channels for your business, for your target audience.
Mm-hmm. So it's about being strategic, not just, trying to be everywhere at once.
Exactly. Don't feel pressured to be on every single platform. Ask yourself, where are my customers spending their time? Are they on Instagram? Are they searching for deals on Amazon? Are they going to local events? And then, focus on the channels that make the most sense for you.
So be where your customers are, not where you think they should be.
Precisely. And don't be afraid to experiment a little, Try different platforms, see what works, track your results.
It's all about being adaptable and data-driven.
Exactly. And that's one of the great things about Shopify. It gives you the tools and the data you need to make those decisions and to constantly refine your strategy.
So if our listener is, ready to take their business to the next level, to expand their reach, to really connect with their customers, multi-channel selling with Shopify seems like a pretty amazing option.
It's a game changer. It really is.
Well, I think we've given our listeners a lot to think about today. It's been a fantastic deep dive.
It has.
And for all of you listening, keep exploring these ideas, keep learning, and who knows, maybe one day we'll be featuring your success story right here on The Deep Dive. Until next time, keep diving deep.